This is quite a messy statue due to the small cubes. So there's just 2 layers, and we have the base here. Okay. So the base is like a bunch of rocks with some metal I-beam, and seems to be in the sewers as well due to this pipe right here. We have the base. And since we are on the second layer, might as well get the second statue here. So we have Maestro. Both his legs does have a peg, which obviously will go to the base. Let's try to figure that out. Maestro is actually quite light. Okay. Let's put this down. Okay, so Wolverine's leg is actually exposed. Let's take out Logan first. Okay, Logan does have a very big key on his stomach, which will go to Maestro's right arm. Okay, next is, let's check out this one. So we have Maestro's left hand printed pretty good. Lots of shading actually, which is really nice. Oh, we have a different left arm. I think we'll be using this one. I think this is a lot better because Maestro is holding a rock. Okay, there you go. All there's left is Logan's hands. This isn't metal, this is just resin, in case you're wondering. We have right hand here. The seam is hidden thanks to the bandages. And we have the second one. I think that's about right. So yeah, we have completely assembled Logan versus Maestro. Okay, first let's talk about the concept. The concept is actually nothing new, as there's also an old Man Logan versus Maestro that has already shipped and was sculpted by Alejandro Pereira. It's part of the Wolverine Chronicle series he is doing. Anyway, I'm not sure if this piece is inspired from that. So we see here Logan leaping towards Maestro as Maestro catches Wolverine in his forearm. This is a typical diorama pose. Sideshow uses it a lot, as well as customs. They do this because of engineering. The arm is the only place Logan can be keyed in, so he can have that flying pose. This isn't a fully sculpted Maestro, as his right foot is missing and anything below his lower leg is missing as well. I guess that's to save space. It's very similar to the other custom like I mentioned. The base is a rocky type of base with 2 I-beams and 1 pipe. So moving on to the sculpt, I think it is good enough. There seems to be nothing wrong with their anatomy or their portraits. There's also a lot of textures on the base, which looks really cool. They really made the rocky base look lifelike. There are also some textures on Logan's pants. Maestro also has the same textures. However, it's not as sharp as Logan's. I think there is a problem with the 3D printer, as some of the details in the sculpt isn't as sharp as I want it to be. Say for example, the stitchings on Maestro's boots is highly visible as they are quite big, but the ones on Logan's belt are already erased. That's really a bummer, as they would have looked very realistic in my opinion. There's a lot of these small stuff that aren't that visible anymore randomly all throughout the statue. You could actually also see some 3D print line, but it's not as pronounced as my other statues. Next is the paint. I really love the paint job they did on the base. The rock has shadows as well as highlights. Lots of different colors added as well, like green and blue, making it very realistic. Even the I-beam have some weathering. The base is just done pretty good in my opinion. Moving on to Logan, I think his leather boot lacks gloss, as well as Maestro actually, but it's painted good enough. Still looks like that it's leather. His pants is painted quite nice too. I like how they painted his pants more than Maestro. I think Maestro pants could have been more vibrant. The blood effects on Logan's wound isn't the best I've seen, but it's good enough. It does have some gloss to add realism. The skin tone of Logan is okay. It's not the best, but definitely acceptable. Both their hair does have some highlight, which I like, so no problems there. Overall, the paint is well done for both characters and especially the base. Overall, the statue is a great piece. It's a tier lower than the one Alejandro did in my opinion, but it sure is a good alternative since that statue is quite expensive. One thing I noticed as well is that Logan seems to be underscaled, like he is probably 1/5, or all my other Wolverines behind me are overscaled since they have bulky muscles. Maestro's scale seems to be okay to me. The main problem I see is some of the detail isn't as sharp as I want them to be, but some areas are actually quite sharp as well, especially on the base. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, let me know in the comments below on what you guys think of this Logan Maestro diorama. You should also check out this Wolverine statue and box right here, which I considered a personal grail. This is Carl, and see you in the next one.